Hey everyone, on this episode of Tipple Theory, we're going to be talking about smashes and juleps.
Tipple theory is the exploration of history and practice of creating alcohol around the world. On this show, we'll share some of the history of how your favorite beverages came to be, as well as techniques professional bartenders use to elevate your poison of choice into an experience worth savoring.
Hello and welcome to Tipple Theory with your VSOP hosts. My name is Sean, and joining me is...
September.
Yeah! Please visit tippletheory.com today to find other episodes and ways that you can support us and the show and so we can keep doing history and learning about fun stuff and telling you about fun stuff. But before that fun stuff, September, what you been up to?
Oh, stuff and things, doing sound. My husband has a million band gigs, and it's like hotter than Hades here in North Carolina, but, I'm getting by. I had my first peepers failure last week. So if you don't know what peepers are, they're these little boogers. Right? There's these like eyeballs,
that like
and you put them on your hand, and you can make your hand into a puppet.
Oh yeah.
And this company is currently owned by Amy and Chuck Robinson, Red Fraggle and 3. And I keep them. I ran out because I find myself giving them to little kids, And we see like a kid in public and they're just maybe not having the best time, and you want to give their parents a second, like, just get them out and start talking to the kid. Well, I had a bit of a failure with it. There was this little boy in the restaurant sitting next to where Rob and I were, and I got out the peepers, and the kid just did the freeze. His eyes got big, and he started crying. He was really terrified, and he wanted his mom. And like, oh no, it never goes this. It's never happened before. Kids usually are just like all excited, and then they want to play. And more often than not, I'm giving them to them, and then
Oh, buddy.
oh my God, I felt terrible. And Rob's like, "Oh my God, scaring children." I'm like, "I'm not that kind of witch." And the parents were really nice. They're like, he's scared of everything. He is scared of everything. And they gave us this example of something like, I don't know, a piece of corn or something that he got scared of that morning or something. Like, he's just very, yeah. So in the future, mind my own business or pay better attention to the demeanor of the child. Or maybe if I don't have black nails, it would be a little less weird.
Well, I guess, but I don't know. It forms a nice mouth kind of outline with the black
They're
nails.
so cute. I love the peepers so much. Actually, they were telling me the Henson Company, they've got all kinds of stuff coming up around Dragon Con. They're down there, and Atlanta has been buying like thousands of them. They've been trying to keep up with demand, so that's super cool.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I hope they're doing something fun for that, or maybe they're just the puppetry museum down there too.
Yeah, it's for that.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Nailed it.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh man, so I drove down to, where is it? Come on, brain. Corpus Christi, Texas, on the coast.
Okay.
Which is funny because most people from Texas are like, "Oh, where'd you go? What did you do this weekend?" And drove down to Corpus, and they're like, "Why? You should go to anywhere else on the beach besides Corpus Christi." And it's a little sad because when you approach it, like on the highway that kind of goes down there, you see like a lot of oil processing plants and that kind of stuff. So it's the landscape is very much shaped by that industry. So it's not as, if you like natural landscapes, it's certainly not that. If you like Blade Runner dystopian kind of stuff,
right?
It's fantastic. So
if you're looking to film some dystopian desert shit,
head on down. Mad Maxian type
Yeah.
things. But I saw the Selena Museum and went to her favorite restaurant, Hi Ho. And
Who's Selena?
Selena was she is I would say is still known as the queen of Tejano music, which is
Oh,
sort
okay.
of uh I would call it Mexican, but it's kind of Mexican American music. It starts in Mexico though, but it was very much popularized. She's from Corpus Christi, popularized here in the U.S. She was like the first superstar of that. Crossed
Cool.
into English mainstream, and then when she was 20, she started when she was 9. When she was 23, she was killed after a concert, and that was back in 95,
Oh
1995.
no.
So she has a statue next to the ocean. The graveyard she's in, this is all actually in Corpus Christi. The graveyard she's in has like a fence around it. When her dad passed, he was buried right next to her. And people leave flowers and headbands and stuff all the time still. And her brother runs a museum in her honor.
Oh.
And so it's cute. It's for how intensely popular she was and is. I want to say there was one of the plaques in there. She was for one album 7 times platinum. She went platinum over 25 times by the age of 23. Um,
Wow.
like, and she made her own outfits. Like there's like 20 or so of them on display, but she was also she was looking at switching into fashion design before she passed. So it was a small museum, but it was cool. And I honestly didn't know much about her, but a friend of mine was like, "We should go." I'm like, okay, but I had a good time. I
How was
also
the
stopped
restaurant?
the restaurant. So Corpus is a I don't want to say a rough town. It's a depressed town. Like it's lost a lot of people in industry, and it's under severely high water restrictions because it's
Mm.
running out of fresh water. So I wasn't really sure what to expect going to a restaurant that's been around for so long, but it was like a family Mexican restaurant. It looked like it was in kind of a large or converted large house. A lot of tias working the tables, which was fun, and it was just simple Mexican food. Like it was good. It's good, fair price, certainly. Like it was like for a lunch for 2 people, it was $40. Um, and pictures of Selena on the wall everywhere. So yeah, no, I liked it. I
Nice.
was definitely full. Hit up a couple thrift shops on the way out. Oh, and separate but same weekend, one of the thrift shops I was at, they had this rotating media stand. Somewhere in between like VHS and DVD era in like the style and construction, kind of like laminate particle
Okay.
board, but that light oak color,
Uh-huh.
light oak and black. It would be 2 foot square and 4 foot high on a rotating base. Actually, close to 5 feet high. And adjustable shelves, so you could put VHS, DVDs, cassettes, CDs, and it was $30, and it rotated and was solid. I was like, oh, okay. So I got it. I've been reorganizing a lot of my stuff. I've picked up a lot of DVDs from thrift stores recently. And that
Ah.
was before Sony and Microsoft announced that they would no longer be printing physical media for games. So if I can do it in an affordable manner over the next couple of years, I'll probably be picking up even more old media before it gets insanely expensive because it doesn't exist anymore. And now I have places to put them.
There you go.
And yeah, it's nice. I like pulled away from the microphone for a second. I was able to actually put some more of my games in the same spot because somewhere in my office, somewhere in the living room. So it is turning into a game tower, and I like it.
Right on.
Yeah. So with that, I guess we should move into our topic of the day, which is it's a two-parter, smashes and juleps, but they're related, sort of like cognac and brandy. Which this is the first thing I was like, I did not have this right in my brain. So, as a point of definition, all smashes are juleps, but not all juleps are smashes. I thought it was the other way around.
Ah.
So,
Okay.
but they're so to describe them. Of course, our friend Jerry Thomas in his 1862 How to Mix Drinks, or the Bon Vivant's Companion. So he has printed several books, and a lot of his books have multiple editions. Um, so when I remember or when I see it, I try to put the date in there. So in the 1862 version of his book, he describes the julep as a uniquely American drink, popular in the South, comprised of a dozen mint leaves, a spoonful of sugar, and equal parts regular and peach brandy, topped with crushed ice. And this is also the first printed description of a julep. And even in that description, he's like, there are lots of variations. So it's a drink that was, I think, already highly customizable when it was coming out, or when it was even first documented. And I do like that it was pointed out even back then that it's a popular Southern drink, because that's kind of how I knew it. Like it's always like the Triple Crown, Kentucky Derby. Like it's to me it is a Southern drink, and yeah, I like that. Uh, so there's lots of variations. So that is the julep.
Julep.
But what is that? Roughly 18 years, 20 years later, 20, I can do math. Let's say 26 years later, in 1888, Harry Johnson defines the smash directly, using the names, like actually using the name smash, but he has several variations like in one book. They basically all involve sugar, a spirit, mint, small bits of ice, and a seasonal fruit. So that's kind of where it changes a bit. Some smashes are stirred with the seasonal fruit, while others are garnished with the fruit. So either on top or inside, not crushed in any way. From what the descriptions I could read, they stir them together, and then with either fine or shaved ice, and they stir them, but then they strain them out with a julep strainer, which is what you would get from the other guy. A julep strainer is looks like kind of like a if you think of like a silver serving spoon that you might use like for a dinner, like the kind of like that fatter spoon
Uh-huh.
size. It's about that size with a small like 2-inch handle and holes roughly eighth of an inch uh, big in them, like
What?
so full of
Why
holes.
would
So
it have
it's
a different strainer than your normal one?
because it's from the South. I never asked why. I just know that I have one.
I would
um,
not have one of these. If I did, I would think I would justify it because you could probably pour your absinthe over a sugar cube on it as well. It's that kind of slotted spoon situation.
Yeah, it would work for that. I'm trying to think of it. So, because what most strainers people use now are what's called a double strainer. It's got the little spring on it.
Yeah,
That
that's what I have.
spoon would be a single strainer because it doesn't have the spring. Um, but
I
with
suppose the big
using,
slots in the normal strainer might let some of your herbs come out. And I think the point of the julep one is keeping the
my thought
botanicals
was
out.
it probably actually lets some through. But if you're using fine ice, it probably lets everything flow through it better because you have a
Mhm.
wider surface area that your drink is coming up against after it's been stirred. And all that, like if you have fruit and leaves and fine ice, it's going to almost create like a blockage if you have something too fine trying to strain it out. So,
Hawthorne strainer, that's the name of the other kind.
oh, the springy one.
Yes.
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 It's been a couple of years since I've done a video on that.
Yeah, I'm looking for like how to use this thing, and it's so weird. I don't need a julep strainer. It's like you can use it facing up or facing down, however you prefer to grip it. What is the point of this thing?
You can, but the fun thing about Hawthorne, I'll deviate for a second. The fun thing about the Hawthorne strainer is it's called a double strainer because of that spring. So normally when you put it inside of a tin or a glass, that
On your
spring kind
shaker,
of hugs
that's where I
one
use
lip.
it. Yeah,
What's that?
I usually have it over the top of my shaker.
Yeah, exactly. But if you'll notice, there's kind of like a finger tab near the handle that you can kind of push down on the strainer,
Hmm.
and that's kind of what takes it from a single to a double strainer. Because when you push that solid metal part over the spring, it compresses the spring a bit, and then puts the holes in front of it, so it actually has to pass by 2 bits of media. The drink does to get out,
Gotcha.
and hence your drink is double strained. So when you see people doing that and then putting like a fine sieve, like bartenders putting like a little a fine mesh strainer like under it, they're technically triple straining
Yes.
because it looks cool.
Or you're just really, really trying to get some clarity, which I have done.
This is true. Yeah, no, like we used to use an apple butter in one of our drinks, and it had
Oh,
solids in
yeah.
it, so we wanted to keep that out. Um, so let's
When
see.
I'm using
So, oh,
a shrub,
mm,
sometimes, like if I only use a strainer and didn't cheesecloth strain it, sometimes my drink gets a little muddy.
I do need I need more like readily need to have cheesecloth because I usually end up somewhere between like a metal mesh strainer and a coffee filter because I don't have
Yeah.
that, and a
Yeah.
coffee filter it does a little too good of a job,
Oh, it
and
does.
it
And it
takes
takes
forever.
so long. Yeah. Cheesecloth is your
Yes.
friend, man.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get back out there and get some. So one last note I had just for the kind of the start of the Juleps and Smashes. So Harry Johnson also provided kind of like the base for what makes this the like provides that base for what makes a smash. He's like, oh, you can use brandy, or you can use I think it was rum was one of his other examples. Um, but they really, really, as much as Juleps have a variety, smashes do too. Uh, and it seems to be really based on just bartender creativity and region. And so those have shifted, I think, a lot over time. And Juleps, I've also kind of, well, yeah, from the description I read, I was like, oh, wow, I've been making, certainly not been making a julep true to the original form at all when I've made them at work. So they definitely seem to have shifted a lot over time.
Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised that the earliest recipes that you found had like peach, like brandy instead of
Yeah,
bourbon,
right.
because I really, really think of it as bourbon, and that's because marketing. I mean, it is the
Yeah.
official drink of the Kentucky Derby, and it's been since the 30s. I looked it up. Yeah, 38. Like they started promoting it as the official drink of the Kentucky Derby, and
Mhm.
that's the one we know today. That's the modern julep, mint julep, and it's very much a just known to be bourbon with toss a sprig of mint in it. When I first learned about it, you hear about it in movies and them ladies and the juleps and them southern bells and the mint julep, and you think it's going to be something delicate, and then you find out it's just a bunch of bourbon and ice. Like, oh, well, shit. Them bells got something different going on. They really need that fan. Um, So I was surprised to hear about all of those variants. And the smash makes sense. I mean, somebody had an idea and they're like, this needs a little something else. I'm going to smash up a little fruit in here. I probably would have done the same thing. It would be how would we put a twist on it? And like, I'd throw some fruit in this, maybe. Y'all need to calm down, especially when they were still just icing it, straining it out, and drinking it, straight up. Although even some of the real early recipes, they were still straining it over new ice. Um,
Yeah.
but
For the julep?
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
from
okay.
from a while back, I had trouble finding where that tipped between the recipes, in the 1800s and more modern ones, where that tipped over. But even the ones going back to the 30s, um, they were doing all right. So wait, I'll go back a little further because the changes have been vast, starting from uh, the the word julep comes from like julep, a Spanish word, which is derived from golab, a Persian word, and it means rose water. Because these the beginning of these drinks were over in the Middle East and in Europe, where they were much more lightly alcoholic, but they would smash up like rose petals and then the
Mhm.
drinks and then put some alcohol and the drinks and ice them down, and it was used medicinally, and they were um
Of
of
course.
course. But it started with like using rose instead of mint, and then the Europeans started making them, and they were going hard on the medicinals and using things like camphor and mint, and that's where it when people migrated into US, in the southern US, they were having these alcoholic drinks with the camphor, and they switched over to mint because it's just here, it's weeds, it still has that mentholated quality, and that's theoretically where it came from, but calling them juleps because it reminded of these golobs and these julepes that were from Spanish and Persia and Spain and Persia and stuff. So neat.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
I would love that. I like flowery drinks. I mean, we've talked about that. I like my elderflower. I like my honeysuckle. I some rose petals, as long as you've got ones that are soundly edible. And sometimes a year I do. So maybe next summer I'll be making some rose juleps and see how that goes and see which whiskey I like. I think a brandy instead of a bourbon might work exceptionally well with rose petals. But
Interesting. Yeah.
yeah. So, and another thing was with the cups, which, well, I'll just stay with that modern juleps and smashes are generally served, including the ice. And modern recipes show it as putting, your sugar, your mint, your fruit if it's a smash, if not, if it's a julep, macerating it a little bit, and then putting in a whole bunch of crushed ice, and then pouring your spirit over it, and then stirring and stirring, and then you're done.
Mhm.
So it's not a shake, it's not a strain. This is even from the 30s. This is how it's prescribed to make it in the official drink of the Derby.
Well, it's funny because I know that the first time I heard of a smash, I was working at TGI Fridays or TGI something 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 Happy Times, um, and it, we would put everything into a shaker, shake the sin out of it, pour it over crushed ice, but it was whiskey, blackberry brandy, blackberries, simple syrup, and lime juice. So it was kind of a whole amalgamation of the julep and the smash and the what corporate says it tastes better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
but that
It's
was my
how, like,
introduction to it.
puckers end up in everything, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
oh, the face.
Oh, those are hard times.
Dude,
that
I
was
have
that
some
was high school.
pucker and some razzmatazz in a cupboard from 2000. I want to say, I don't even know, 4.
Hey.
First time I went to Vegas for a meetup with the TMS people.
Mm-hmm.
There was a nerd bar, the Millennium Fandom, and they had a
Oh.
Deadpool mule, and it had all
Okay.
these, to get that color, the red and the purple, and yeah. So I bought that. It's still sitting in the cupboard. I've tried to put in other shit, and it just ruins everything it touches. I can't. I should probably leave it at a street corner. It'll make somebody happy.
Right, or just make if there's like a party for no reason or a less official holiday party, just make a, a tank, a Gatorade cooler of just jungle juice and throw the razzmatazz in there. Ooh, you could use it for a sangria. You could do a red sangria and have that be one of the components.
I'm afraid to look. It might have grown stuff by now. It's just like,
Oh,
I don't know.
blah.
So, what kind of twist would you put on it? It's had, like we said, especially with smashes and juleps, a million twists on it. But
Yeah.
is there one you haven't seen that you would try?
Of course, my brain went to the non-alcoholic bit.
Yeah.
And so if I wasn't, so if I was sticking with regular alcohol, um, I have to admit the last time that I think I was making them was a little bit more as though it were a snow cone. So I'd get a cup of like a metal cup of crushed ice, put the sugar on top, then the spirit, and like slap the mint and kind of throw it in there. I think I like very much like this sort of seasonal fruit of the smashes, and like actually going to look to the store. There's the sour apple
That's how much I
pucker.
used.
Dang.
I really wanted that drink. It was good. All right.
I remember when I thought that tasted good straight. It doesn't, kids. It's bad. Don't do it. I mean, it's fine for what it is, but
Yeah,
it's not a sipping liquor.
yeah. Thing is, you couldn't do the
Um,
snow cone because the booze melts the ice so fast.
yeah, really, you should chill it separately and then pour it over the ice. And either by shaking or by stirring. I'm gonna say that's up to you. But I like the idea of using it like a seasonal fruit. So like if peaches are in season,
Mm-hmm.
wait until they're pretty ripe, but then throw them in there and shake the sin out of it. Like really let it like kind of not macerate, grind, crush, pulverize in there with the ice. Um, Actually, yeah, peaches. I think that's the first thing I'd
Peaches
really
are in
want to try.
season right now.
I keep seeing them at the store. That might be. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll do that for the
There's a
video.
farmer's market, I think,
Do,
tomorrow
do, do,
morning.
do. But if I were to do a non-alcoholic, I was thinking honey syrup, a seasonal fruit shrub, and then actually it was kind of as we were talking about it just now. I was like, oh, you know what? Like some tea. I was doing like making it like a not quite a sweet tea, but putting like a cold brewed tea in there or a sun tea. I think would be really really
Mm.
nice.
Well, it occurred to me today because I made a salad to go with dinner. I made a watermelon feta mint salad.
Mm,
Really good, really good.
yeah.
Lemon zest in there, lemon juice, magic. Um, and my mint was very sad. It only had a little tiny bit. I kind of wanted some more, so I'm like texting my friends because this way I'm, folks. I have like, Lori, how's your mint? What kind you got? Oh, I only have some little ones. I get this much. I've got like 2 sprigs. I'm trying to make a salad. I got you. So I sent my husband over and he picked up some mint. But when I was out picking my mint, I spotted that my tarragon needed trimming. I've been having trouble growing tarragon here. It's really hard. It's just so damn hot, right?
Mhm.
And French tarragon suffers here. But my husband went to an herb thing and found me some Texas tarragon, it's called.
Oh.
So it's more heat resistant. And I looked over and the
Oh.
tarragon was like, hmm. It still looked like it's been suffering. It's in like in 100 here every day. But I was like, you know what? That could probably use a break. I'm going to trim it back and give it some water and let it recover a little bit. And I think tarragon, I almost replace it in the mint for the salad, but I think I'm just going to get more watermelon and try again. But I'll play around with the tarragon, maybe make a simple. Tarragon would probably be a great julep because tarragon has a little bit of like a licoricey flavor to it.
Hmm. Because I can't imagine what tarragon tastes like right
Yeah,
now.
it's
But
difficult to describe. It's very herbaceous and it's something. It's like known for French dressing, but when French dressing, Americans think of French dressing, they all think of like the red stuff, and that's not at
yes.
all what we're talking about. Um, but it's one of the best herbs for like if you're making a fresh like a vinaigrette from scratch. It's fantastic. And it does have just
Mm,
a little bit of a not as strong as something like, anise or fennel strength, but just a little bit of a note of licoriciness in it, which would I think be just great. I mean, it's in that family of minty flavors, right? Without being a full on mint, it's not going to overtake anything. But I don't know.
yeah.
I think tarragon would be an excellent stand-in for mint, and I guess I'll report back.
I think that'll be interesting. I'm kind of curious if you would change what sweetener you use if you're using tarragon since it's more subtle. Like if you just an agave, I mean honey
I
or
don't think so because
sorghum.
sugar, those have more strong. Honey and agave have more on their own standalone strong flavors as sweeteners.
Hmm.
But just like a white sugar or a raw sugar
Hmm.
is also going to help, I think you beat the hell out of the herb a little more to get that out of it without turning it into something else.
Okay.
Like I definitely, if I'm making a salad dressing, would use honey with tarragon. Honey and tarragon pair excellently. But if I want the tarragon to stand out more and give its own character to the drink, I think I'd stick with the sugar.
Okay.
And if I was going to smash, lemon. Keep it bright.
Mm.
Although peach would work too. And like I said, they're in season. If I get, I plan to get peaches this week, so I might give a peach tarragon smash a go. Probably use brandy with that, and I might torch some of the peaches first.
Ooh. Yeah.
I love grilled
Dang.
peaches.
Yeah. That sounds good. It does. It sounds really good.
Being really into food can make you really creative with cocktails. I'm finding I'm inventing stuff that I like. We gotta write the shit down because I can't ask for it anywhere else. Yeah.
I'm putting grilled next to it in the notes. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
let's just
Yeah.
call a spade here. Peaches grilled. Oh no, what like grilled peaches with brown sugar on it. My mom used to do that. Which maybe I'll do a brown sugar simple.
You know what else you'd use? Ginger brandy with peaches. I would. I don't know what herb would I use for that ginger. I mean, because I'm still like to call it a julep, we gotta put some kind of herb in it at least, right? Like the mint. I don't feel like the mint would work though. I love ginger brandy. I changed the brand. Remember we did the Brandy Alexander episode, and my God, that was magical. Using ginger brandy for that. But a ginger smash, a peach smash with ginger brandy would be really good.
Interesting. I guess I have to get brandy now.
You get airport bottles. That's probably what I'll do for experimenting. I'll go to a couple of different airport bottles, and then then I can try a couple different things and see how they work.
That's good. That's a good tip. Also, get airport bottles. Don't be like me and be like getting giant bottles of everything. Going like, well, I'll use it eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. It came from doing this show. A year and a half of this show while having no income. Like
I still have whiskey from the season of whiskey. People are like, wow, where'd you get that Indian whiskey? Well, I did this show. All right. Well, I think we covered smashers and juleps.
Yeah. Cool. And our own little NAs.
Yeah.
Honey, shrub. I was just like lemonade. Sparkly, minty lemonade. Fun facts we learned along the way. I didn't mention the silver cups, the metal cups. Which is, again, it's even listed in some of the recipes. And there was like an argument about it. Like they were like, no, you need to put it in a clear glass. This is more highbrow than that. It looks shitty to be drinking something out of a metal cup. And so if you go to get a mint julep and during your derby time, a lot of times it's in a metal cup. And part of the recipe is you smash your stuff up and you put the ice in there and you pour your spirit on it and you stir it until the condensation until the glass frosts.
Yeah.
Then you have stirred it enough. We tend to think of that with like when your shaker can't hold in your hands anymore because
when you
it's
can
so
scratch
right?
On the sides and get ice on your fingernails. Then it's cold enough.
Yeah, but the measure of it being thoroughly and thoughtfully stirred is the cup getting all frosted.
And there's something about like the mint and like when your lips hit the metallic of the cup, like you get a slightly metallic taste. And I feel like, if it's considered part of the recipe, then it must be intentional to get that metal-ishness.
I mean, you shouldn't taste the metal. I could see if your brain would do that though, because when the the camphor effect of the mint hits you, your brain might turn it into, oh no, I'm
Right.
licking metal, and you
Right.
have the visual
Tastes like
already,
pennies. Yeah.
right? Yeah. So anyway, folks, please chime in by emailing us at tippletheory@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us your drinky ideas. We want to hear it. Lost my spot. Oh, don't forget to like, follow, and review us on the listening platform of your choice. Next year. But
Bye.
sure, why not? No. uh, next episode, we'll be talking about the caipirinha.
Delicious. It's a good one. Please check out patreon.com/Tipple Theory today, where you can become a supporter and get access to video of our cocktail of the week being made and other behind-the-scenes goodies. Thank you to Scott Gesser for writing our theme music that you're listening to right now. You can find him and links to his music at scottgesser.weebly.com. Nice.
Nice.